was impersonating Lenny Kravitz when he got. Yeah, that would have been. Girl, can you imagine that?
Oh, please. You look so good in yellow. I can't wear yellow.
Why not?
I don't know. It makes me sallow. I don't know. There's like yellow in the audience today, too. It was like
yellow,
a theme.
because it's like spring.
Oh,
it's
yes,
here,
it's
Susie.
spring.
That's what it is.
How are you?
I'm so good, and I'm so glad you're here.
Yes, me too.
I've not seen you in a while.
I know.
You know what? I love you so much, but know you off like behind the camera. But I'm gonna miss watching you tear into people on Curb. And like you can light a fire on Curb, but like you're so not that behind the scenes. Do they get upset or taken aback when they find out you're not that way?
Sometimes I'm stopped on the street and people I see that they're crestfallen. Their faces are so visibly upset when I'm kind and generous and nice to them. Like, they'll come up, they'll say, oh, you know, I'm a big fan. I'll be like, well, thank you so much. And what they really want me to say is, But I'm not gonna say it, but they want me to curse them out. And, you know, I get paid a lot of money for that. You don't get that for free.
It's like they really want you to like dig into them.
But it does work in my favor sometimes. Like the only thing that could really get me like to go off is bad customer service.
Okay.
So you know what that's like cable or in a restaurant. So sometimes when I do snap, nobody cares. They're expecting it. They're so happy.
You probably would get more stuff done if you were nice because they'd expect you to snap.
Correct.
Girl, you know what? It's so funny because this season, Susie starts her own business.
Yes.
Okay.
Caftans.
Your caftan business.
Yes.
Now, what happened, because now TMZ got you in real life. You got to explain what the heck happened with your billboard.
So there's a billboard up on Santa Monica Boulevard, Santa Monica and Centinela, for those of you who know the area.
In LA, yes.
And it's a huge billboard of my caftan business because HBO is actually selling the caftans online at HBO.com. Well, in the episode, a graffiti artist, how can I put this? Defaces with some male bodily parts.
That's
they
right.
Draw,
yes.
Gently grazing my lips. So that happens in the episode. In real life, somebody actually did that.
They did?
They actually went up and drew the
male body parts.
Body parts with my hands cradling other male body parts. On the billboard. And look, that billboard's up high. You gotta get scaffolding.
You gotta climb,
It's not like you're on the side of a train that you're just doing graffiti.
Yeah.
So and I don't know if it's still there because I live here, so I haven't gone by to see it.
Oh, if y'all see it, snap a picture and send it to us.
Somebody thought I would be upset by that. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah. I was laughing all day long when I saw that. I thought it was so funny.
I'm telling you, because when was the last time you had two body parts on the side of your...
Never.
Never.
Never. I will say it here on national television. I've never done a threesome.
You've never done a threesome?
Never done a threesome.
Well, you got it on Santa Monica. Girl, it's always the first time for everything, girl.
Listen, I could barely handle one. Two?
I know handling 1 and 2, that's a lot of work, girl. You know, that's a lot of, at this age, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I know, girl. You know what? This is what I love about you because Curb Your Enthusiasm, it's all improvisation.
Yes.
Like, how exhausting is that? You're so good.
I don't find it exhausting at all. I find it exhilarating. I love it. Because every take, now you've done scripted shows.
Yes.
And you know what it's like, you have to memorize, which is a nightmare. I hate memorizing lines. I show up to set, I don't have to memorize anything. We start the scene, and every time I get to play with it and make it different. And it's just, you know, like in stand-up when you're always like changing your act, and it feels like that to me. It feels like I always get to come up with new things, and it makes me a part of the creative process in a way that you're not as much when you get a script.
Okay,
you know, so true. I love it. I love the improv.
It's a certain freedom that you have.
For a lot of actors come on the show and they're not used to it. For us, for stand-ups, you know, it's like second nature.
It is. It is, and it's just so wonderful because whatever is in your head, you just put out there.
You just put it out, and like in the next take, I might come up with something. It's never going to be completely different because, you know, you have to stay within parameters. But the next take, I might come up with something new, and it's so exciting to me if I come. And then making Larry laugh is one of the great joys of my life.
That's it, if you can make him laugh.
And I do because he loves to be yelled at, and luckily I get to yell at him. So You know, making him laugh is just so much fun. I'm gonna miss it. I'm really gonna miss it.
So are we. This is a show that I love to watch, and you only got 2 episodes left.
Right.
Did you take anything from the set? You got a souvenir, anything?
Well, a few seasons ago, I think it was season 10, Larry gives me for my birthday a great big portrait of myself.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
This portrait right here.
Yes. That's after he sticks his fork into a tomato and it squirts all over. And don't worry, I let him have it for that. But the art department sent me that portrait. So that portrait is hanging in my powder room.
Okay, so it's in the,
What am I going to put it on my mantle?
Bathroom, yeah.
It's in the bathroom. And every man friend of mine, including my husband, every time they go into my bathroom, into my powder room to pee, I'm staring at that. I'm just staring at, and they come out, they tell me, I couldn't even pee. I was so intimidated by you staring at me.
Oh my God. That is absolutely hysterical that you would have that in
That's
there.
my pride and joy. I love that portrait.
Oh, it's so great. I mean, I'm just thinking about all of the episodes that I've seen of Curb Your Enthusiasm and the characters.
There's been 120.
120 episodes.
Yeah.
And all of the characters that have been on the show.
Yeah.
One of them, my heart broke when Richard Lewis passed away.
Yeah.
We love Richard Lewis.
Yeah, that was just a few weeks ago. And
how you holding up, Mom?
It was a surprise. He wasn't well, as anybody who watches the show can see. He was not well. He had Parkinson's disease, and he had many surgeries from his back and his shoulder.
Right.
So he was quite frail. But he died of a heart attack suddenly, so it was still shocking.
Yeah.
And death is always shocking, no matter, even when you're ready for it, it's shocking.
Absolutely.
Because of the finality of it, To not have his voice in the world anymore it's just heartbreaking to me.
I mean, if you didn't get a sense of Richard Lewis, he was so doggone funny. I got to work with him one time.
He was so funny and so sweet.
Yes,
he was the
much
kindest, most generous friend. He was insane. He was out of his mind.
Completely out of his mind.
Completely out of his mind. I mean, in a very original way. Like, we used to go on the road together.
Yeah.
So let's say about 10 days before we would go on the road, I'd get an email and be like, oh, here we go. And so it begins.
Yeah.
And then every day I would get 10, 15 emails from him. It was his anxiety.
Yes, kicking in.
10, 15, sometimes 20 emails a day from him until the gig happened. And then the day of the gig, there would be like messages, like 45, 50-minute messages on my phone. He was so crazy, but so lovable and so funny and talented.
You know Richard Lewis, lovable. Your other best friend, Joy Behar, completely,
the sweetest.
So sweet. Another one, y'all have been friends for years.
Yeah, and 40 years.
40 years, you doing stand-up together.
Yes,
you and Joy
way
Behar.
back in the early days.
Got the same kind of mouth, because I've hung out with y'all. I'm telling you, I love hanging out with you two because we can go from politics and gossip into sex. Like, how do y'all, and it's so funny because you're with Joy. When I went over there, she had no food in her house.
I remember that.
No food, but I heard that she makes lasagna and you love it, but she will not make a gluten-free.
She won't make me a gluten-free lasagna.
Why won't she make you a gluten-free lasagna?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll get her the lasagna, and then maybe she'll make it the gluten-free things, and then maybe her lasagna is delicious.
Her lasagna, she's made me some, but she feels like
the men don't understand how we can talk. It's
Yes.
like we'll be on the phone Saturday mornings. Usually we talk. Sometimes for 3 hours, and then we'll hang up, and Steve will say to Joy, and Jimmy will say to me, "What could you have possibly been speaking about?"
You don't even
all this time?"
understand.
They don't. It's like we have to force ourselves to get off the phone.
Exactly.
There's
That's how
so
we
much
are.
to discuss, and then there's never a through line conversation. It's you hear. You have
All
7
over
or
the
8
place.
conversations at once. But you could do that.
But you do, you know your shortcuts and
Exactly.
everything. But it's so funny because when we were talking about this gluten-free lasagna, because I looked all in Joy's cabinet, she had no food in the house this night, and I know that you wanted some gluten-free lasagna. So I got a hold of Joy's recipe, and I decided
made me a
I made you a
gluten-free
gluten-free lasagna. Girl, I stayed up. So
you made
it's frozen. Yes, it's frozen. So you got to put it in the oven at 400, and you got to cook it for 30 minutes. If you like it,
once it defrosts.
Once it defrosts. If you don't like it, don't even mention my name to Joy. If you love it, I want you to scream my name all over Joy.
I am keeping this out of the freezer. This is tomorrow night's dinner.
Tomorrow night's dinner for you
Okay,
and Jimmy.
400 for how many minutes?
For 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
You got that. So there you go. Susie, I want to say thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for the gluten-free lasagna.
There you go, because I want to keep you happy. So you tell Joy I want to keep you happy. Y'all listen to Susie on the history of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast and watch the final season of Curb Sunday nights on HBO, and it's streaming on Max.
We're gonna have a good time.